I created this podcast to empower every woman to live life on her own terms, unapologetically. You are amazing. You are fierce. You are the creator of your destiny. You are confidence on stilettos. You're listening to Laketta of Confidence on Stilettos at Meeee-DIA, where we empower you to tap into the feminine power within to boldly set goals and crush them by making your dreams a reality.
As spirits having a human experience, and definitely as women, consistent healing is a part of the journey. And it doesn't matter if you're in a season where you think you're ready or not, there's always going to be a lesson, especially if you're operating in your purpose. Girl, get ready, okay? Hey Boss Beauties, it's your girl Laketta, and you are listening to Confidence on Stilettos. And today's topic, I want to really just reiterate to my listening parties here that healing is definitely a long-term goal. Regardless of where you're at in your healing process, it's a long-term goal because it is a life journey. So with that being said, I wanted to just go ahead and jump into this topic. Y'all already know what I'm going to say, okay? I don't want to hold you long, okay? But who knows, girl? Who knows? This is a really touchy topic for me because, girl, we just be healing up something, okay? We get tore down just to be built back up through our healing process. So, yeah, girl, we don't know how long this podcast gonna be. So go ahead, get your wine, your water, or whatever it is that you like, your tea, and just sit down. Let's hang, let's vibe. You and me, us together. Let's go. Now, with that being said, please know that healing should always be included in your goals. This is why I feel journaling is extremely important. It truly helps you reveal you to you. I know, it sounds funny, but it does. Sometimes we are not honest with ourselves and we're living this fabricated version of ourselves when we just really need to get real. So a lot of times I find that I'm the realest with me is when I'm just free writing in my journal and I'm just like writing about my day's experience and how I felt throughout the day and, my highest moments, my lowest moments, or, my highlights and, not my so favorable experiences throughout the day. But I find that's when I'm most authentic, I would say, on paper. And it helps me, free writing in my journal helps me identify things that maybe I'm blocking consciously, right? Because when you free write, your subconscious is also revealing a lot to you as well. So that's why I just think that journaling is extremely important because it's therapeutic and it helps, again, reveal you to you. So I don't care how bad a situation may look, sis, you can rise up from it, okay? I know at times it feels like, what's the point, okay? But believe me, when I tell you that the point will be revealed at some point in your life, girl, like for real, at some point in your life, the point is going to be revealed, okay? Period. Now, life is a traumatic experience with the highs and the lows, like I just said, girl. Can we talk about them lows, though? Everybody want to talk about the highs. Let's talk about the lows. I think that the lows does not get the airplay that it should get. The lows, I feel, if people were honest and shared their low moments, their struggles more, that I think that there would be more healing for others. Because a lot of times, like on social media, we're sharing our highlights. We may give you like a glimpse, like, boom, this happened. And then we go right back to the highlight. I think if we took more time with saying, hey, listen, I didn't just get here yesterday. I didn't just arrive to this point today. This was a journey for me. And talk about that journey more. I feel that, there will be more healing. There will be more, people will give themselves more grace because it just feels like a lot of people to me is just trying to race through life when we just need to be more present in the moment. We need to start learning from our experiences. I just feel like compassion is out the window. I think we need to bring compassion back. It's just so much that we need to bring back. But most importantly, I do think that um, part of this healing journey for all of us would even be for us to share some of our low moments a lot, just put it out there a lot more for others to see versus just a lot of your highlights. Of course, share your highlights, but I would say, I think it's time maybe that we share the journey to the highlight a little bit more for someone that may be feeling like they're never going to get there with whatever they're struggling with, whether it's weight, whether it's a breakup, whether it's, your business, whether it's your parenting, whatever the situation may be. I just think that it would help even the mental health aspect of it would help the world. So I just wanted to put that out there. And I mean, I'm not only talking, to you guys, I'm talking about for myself too, because a lot of times I am sharing a lot of highlights, but I'm also the type of person that I like to talk about traumatic experiences. I like to talk about healing a lot. I like to talk about a lot of different things because when it comes down to confidence on stilettos, that's every aspect of a woman. Um, a woman to for us to have our confidence and rebuild our confidence, it goes through seasons. And so you're going to see us happy. You're going to see us sad. You're going to see us confused. You're going to see us withdrawn. You're going to see so many sides of a woman. A woman is just like multifaceted. So, girl, I'm going to leave that there. And then we can come back and talk about that on another podcast because I can go on forever just about women. So, like I was saying, so I really interrupted myself. Life is a traumatic experience with highs and lows. So hopefully you experience more highs than your lows. But these lows though, honey, will teach you some valuable lessons and build your character. Can we say, yes, Lord, it will build some character. And if you're not learning from these lows and these experiences that you're having, honey, get real with yourself. Just stop, pause, turn your TV off, delete your apps and just really sit down and find that center, that atmosphere where you can truly just be honest with yourself. So it's then, you know, that you will find some hidden gems and see God's handprint and footprint all throughout your life. That's the most beautiful thing to me. Can we talk about God's handprint and footprint throughout our lives? I don't know about y'all, but it's just been so many moments in my life when I was going through the season where I felt like, where are you, God? What's going on? Like, and when you're in the middle of the storm, you can't see your way out. You don't know what's going on. When you're in a twister, when you're in a hurricane, when you're in a tornado, you don't know. You can't even understand, like, first of all, why am I in this storm? How did I get in this storm? And secondly, when is the storm going to be over? And is God letting this happen? Like, those are valid questions that I would be asking myself. And it's sometimes not until you get through the storm, go through the healing a little bit, that you see, well, God was right there. He allowed this to happen because He knows this would be the only way that I would move forward and do X, Y, and Z. So, yeah, I think when you start your healing process and when you are more self aware, more into you, loving your company outside of, just other people being involved, but just just getting to the point of your self love and self care journey that you absolutely can sit with you and you absolutely love your own company. I think that is when God truly reveals that, hey, that was my handprint. Hey, you remember you wanted to date that guy, and for whatever reason, things just wouldn't work out. You kept going on and off with them. Boom. Did you not see me working? Girl, you ain't see me working. That was my footprint. I put my foot on his neck. I put my foot on his neck, girl. He couldn't, nope, he was not going to get by my daughter. You have to be cognizant about your surroundings. You just have to understand that there is so much more beyond the veil of life, that there is a spiritual world as well. So, honey, we're gonna talk about karma on a whole nother on a whole nother podcast, boo. But not today. Mm-mm. Now, I became confident on stilettos when I was navigating a challenging season in my life. That's, girl, we're gonna talk about one day. We're gonna talk about like real talk, how confidence on stilettos like really got started. But yeah, it was during a challenging season in my life. Let's just say that. And I couldn't quite figure out why I had to go through so much hurt. Every day doing self discovery and healing, I had to still figure out how to smile and how to navigate life while hurting, while I felt like I was emotionally bleeding out. I had to find hope again. I had to smile. I had to navigate life still because I'm a mother of three, so I had to still care for my kids. I still had to care for me. I couldn't just lay there and wallow in my hurt and my pain. I had to find a way to still heal and give myself grace for this healing. And I know y'all can relate because we all have battles we face every day, whether we announce them or not, or want to admit them or not. I just choose to speak on my trials and my healing journey a lot because number one, there's someone that doesn't need to just hear how to build a business or take action on a goal. They simply just need to hear that they're not alone. Sis, if that's you, honey, you are not alone. I stand united with you. It's your girl. It be real out here in these streets. And sometimes you need to just show the real you. Period. Healing is messy. It's a very, very messy process. And this is why it needs to be a long term goal. Depending on your situation, it may take a while. I mean, it, for me, I'm going to say there's a lot of things that, of course, you heal from emotionally and just traumatic experiences that you may have had during your childhood. But like when you become an adult and you realize all of this stuff sometimes that you caused that you have to heal from, and then some things that you didn't really cause, but it was just given to you that you now have to heal from. I just It just takes a minute sometimes. And you have to find and understand that you need to give yourself grace. There is no right or wrong way to me to heal. So, like I say, I just feel that sometimes you just need to, pause and let the healing teach you some things. You have to understand your healing is customized just for you. But as always, I wanted to give you 7 tips to help you navigate the process as you journey through the highs and the lows of these horrible, horrible valleys sometimes. I'm going to say it's horrible and beautiful at the same time because, yeah, horrible when you're going through it, but beautiful as you heal and things are revealed to you. So, number one, understand that it's a roller coaster. One moment you feel okay, the next minute, girl, you is just crying. Listen. Oh Lord, if I could just tell you this right now, that piece, that roller coaster is no joke. Like I remember, I'm gonna say like during a situation, like when I built confidence, like where confidence on stilettos originated from was from a hurtful place, or a healing. I'm not gonna say a hurtful place, but a healing place, a difficult moment, seasonal moment. And it was actually me trying to build up my confidence to, number one, go through the healing process. And then number two, just really approach someone that I feel like I was in, that I love very deeply, but we were just in a turbulent, we just had turbulent times, in a season that, you know, I felt one way and the person felt another way. And the healing process through that was just such a beautiful experience, as I was going through it. And there would be moments where I would just be like, you know what, whatever, I'm good. And then I'm telling you, I would feel absolutely nothing for this person, like absolutely nothing for a good 2 days. I would feel nothing. A week, I would feel nothing. Then I'll be riding down the street, quiet, like just quiet in my car, driving to my location, boom, like getting it, getting there, okay. And then tears would just start flowing. And I'm just like, where did this come from? That is a part of the healing journey. And I just want you to know that that's perfectly normal. So don't think like you're going backwards because you was feeling okay, and then now you're emotional or an emotional wreck. That is just part of the process. And then number two, some wounds are deep. You have to clean these wounds out. The way that I cleaned my wounds out, and I hope this is beneficial and helpful to you, is again through my journal. Whatever that moment was, you know, or whatever your moment is, you write that moment down. That's, the reason you're hurting. And you pick that sucker apart. You pick it apart. You pick like you write down what the situation is. You write down, you journal, free write and journal about why you feel that situation occurred. You dig deep. You write down, how did it truly make you feel? What would you have done different? What would you do today? Like you pick at that wound until you clean it out, you clean it out, you clean it out, you clean it out, so you can get to the core of what it is that truly hurt you, and what type of medicine, emotional medicine, do you need to apply to get over it? Whether that's going to therapy, sitting down with a therapist, whether that's, just taking, a break from, social media, or taking just a break to reconnect with your spiritual side, and create an atmosphere that is conducive to your healing. Like whatever the situation is, you need to dig deep, because again, some wounds are deep. Some wounds go all the way back to our childhood. I talk about codependency a lot, in some of my coaching programs, because a lot of us don't see ourselves as codependent, but we can't. Some people can't be alone. Some people feel like, okay, if I get out of this relationship, I need to hurry up and get into another relationship, and they don't even understand why they feel that way. They don't even understand why they need to hurry up and be connected with someone. That's because you're codependent and you don't even know that you're codependent. So, girl, that's going to be a whole nother topic for a whole nother time. Yes, honey. And y'all, I do have some legal packs that's coming out that I'm going to be releasing here soon, and it helps you journal through your goals. I can't wait to show them to you guys. I can't wait to talk to you guys about it here on the podcast, but that's for another time. But I think that's going to help out a lot. And yeah, y'all just stay tuned. Number three, most definitely, your childhood played a big part of how effective your healing will be. This is such a meaty topic in itself because I just know in our community, our African American community, um, a lot of us come from, you know, parents and grandparents that had scarcity mindset. So, along with scarcity mindset, there are narratives that fed into us. There are practices that were done and actions that were done within the, from generation to generation that just is embedded in us. Such a deep, nasty, sometimes unforgiving, sometimes narrative that we have to really unravel. And sometimes we don't even know, we don't even understand why we do the things that we do because we don't really even question it. Because that's just something that from birth, that's what's being told to us. That's how, things were done in the house. We don't even question it. Like I remember, for instance, like so growing up, as long as I can remember, every birthday, you got a birthday cake, right? Regardless of if you had a party or not, you got a birthday cake. Everybody came over, or your family, or whoever was in the house, sung happy birthday. You got a birthday cake. I remember asking my mom because I just never understood, like, why do we, like, every year, even when I started having kids, every year my mom would say, "Oh, well, did you go get the birthday cake for X, Y, and Z?" And I'd be like, "Oh yeah, I got a birthday cake. Yeah, we're gonna be doing, the birthday song and the birthday celebration, on this day." But then one year, I decided for my kids, I'm not doing birthday cakes. I'm not doing it, and because I wanted to break that generation of not being able to question why why are we even doing birthday cakes? Like why does it need to be a birthday cake? Why it can't be a birthday donut? Why it can't be birthday ice cream? Like why does it have to be a birthday cake? So one day I asked my mom, I was like, why is it that we have to have a birthday cake on our birthday? And she was like, I don't even know. She was like, this is just something we always did. I don't even know. And then when she thought about it more, she came back and she said it's because growing up, she never really got birthday celebrations. So she started the tradition of doing birthday cakes with us, and that's what it's just been. So she like at first she didn't even understand why she did it. So that's again, you have to be brave enough to ask the questions and then also be brave enough to break tradition if you need to. And I just feel like in my household, I did. I broke tradition. My son, my oldest son, he don't even like cakes. Hey, what are we doing birthday cakes for? So he would say, "Hey mom, I want a birthday apple pie." Okay, cool. We'll do birthday apple pie. Like so you just have to understand that your childhood, the narrative, the way that things were done, it's deep, it's rooted deep. So therefore, that's going to play a huge part in how effective your healing is. That's why I say you got to dig deep. You gotta ask yourself them powerful, powerful questions. So yeah, we can go into that another time. But yeah, number four, prayer. Prayer got me through this. Period. I'm gonna say this. You all know if you've been listening to the podcast. If you're new to the podcast, maybe you don't know, but I am a firm believer in Jesus Christ and God, right? And prayer is my number one source for everything. I pray about my business. I pray over my kids. I pray over my life. I pray I pray over the streets that I'm traveling on. I pray over this house. I pray over my finances. I pray over my health, over the mobility of my limbs. I pray over my spirit. I pray about every relationship that I'm connected to, whether it's business, whether it's an intimate relationship. I pray that if the person is not sent by God, for him to remove that person from my life. I pray that God blocks every bridge that keeps leading me back to pain. Like I pray, and pray got me through. I'm going to pray. Prayer got me through. Um, there were days where it was just even hard for me to breathe, to do that inhale and exhale. That's how sometimes hurt I felt. And the only way and the only thing I knew to do is pray. And if I couldn't find the words, I would just say, Jesus, help me. Help me, Lord. Like I prayed my way through. And I don't care how hurt I was. I'm going to say every day I just started feeling better and better and better and better. Prayer got me through. So whatever your source is, if you believe in God and Jesus Christ like I do, pray about it, sis. Whoever your belief system is, your higher power, pray your way through. Because that's the only thing I can tell you. And not only pray, but then pause, be still, and listen for instructions, because God is always talking. He is never sleeping. He's always talking. It's us who has all of this noise all around us. We ask them this what their opinion is. We ask them that what their opinion is. We're going on social media. We looking for memes that's going to tell us the answer. We Googling what the answer is going to be. And the reason why I know about all of it, because I done did it, okay? Like, don't play. Everything I tell you, I've done it. Girl, I'm trying to tell you, this is coming from an authentic piece of me, okay? Like, stop playing with me, okay? But pray, sis. Number 5, get up and get out. This right here helped me so much. So a lot of times when we're sad and when we're going through a lot of things, we just don't feel like doing much. For me, when I was going through my healing process, or when I'm just really trying to get through it and then focus at the same time, it's always something for me to do, because of course I'm running multiple businesses. So I find myself sometimes just really, healing through work in my business, and just really focusing on how I can benefit others, how my products can benefit others. And I come from that direction. I put my focus there. I put my focus in what can I do to help someone else. And if I'm not doing that, I like to get out and I like to get in the sun. I like to go do things. I don't care if it's me driving to the mall and walking around the mall. I don't care if it's me driving to a park, walking the park, and just being out. Being out in the yard doing stuff makes me feel better. And I'm trying to tell you, sometimes you need to have those girlfriends that's going to lift you up. Don't, when you're going through something, it is imperative that the circle that you have around you at that immediate time, that they're not dragging you further down with their negative energy. And you know those people that have negative energy, because you can just feel it. You need people around you that's going to truly lift you up. So get up and get out. Okay. Number 6, going leading into what I was just talking about. Find a supportive friend, a therapist, etc. This is basically what I'm trying to say. Find someone that you trust to keep you talking your way out of your situation. Sometimes we get shut down. We'll shut down and we won't talk about our experience. And then we think, okay, us not talking about it, that helps us heal. That's partially true, but it also keeps the infection inside, if that makes sense. That's like you falling, scraping your knee really bad, and then just covering it up with a band-aid. You didn't clean the wound, you didn't, put any type of antiseptic on it. You just covered it up, and so whatever the nastiness of the bacteria from your knee hitting the cement or wherever you scraped your knee or damaged your joint, you're just covering it up without cleaning it out. So I think in this day and time and in our pandemic era, more now than ever, I just feel like you need to find a trusted therapist. For me, I do a lot of journaling, but I also would see a therapist. I don't necessarily talk to like my family about certain things, because the thing about sometimes when you're talking to your family about it, especially your family that's really extremely close to you, is sometimes they don't know how to separate maybe a version of you that they knew in the past. Like they don't know how to differentiate that this is me now, this is what I'm going through, versus they have whatever narrative they already preconceived narrative in their mind of you. So it's a biased conversation at this point, and you need to be around someone that is non-biased. So that's why I choose therapist or just journaling and prayer. That's just me. You may have a circle of friends, and I do have like one or two friends that I can go to, and just like a no judgment zone. Like I just get it out. And then last and certainly not least, always know you are the answer and the light to lead you out of that tunnel. You are your answer. And I find that to be so funny sometimes, because a lot of times when I was looking for the answer, I found the answer right within me. And the way that I found my answers is, again, going through the process, going through asking myself the deep questions, being honest with myself. There's no way that you're going to be able to find the answer to any complex problem if you don't truly break that problem down and dig deep. So, y'all, I know this podcast is like 30 minutes, girl. Okay? Don't judge me. Anyway, but I just wanted to come on and just let you know that healing is definitely a long-term goal. And these 7 tips are, honestly, tips that came from a very private place, that I picked up throughout my healing journey. And again, I'm still on my healing journey. And I just want you to know that you're not alone. Sometimes you may feel like, am I going crazy? No, sis, you're not going crazy. You're healing. And don't let anyone that tries to make you feel like you're crazy and that you're going crazy, get away from them. Please, honey, get away from them. But if you didn't know, if you're new to the podcast, there are journals. There are Confidence on Stilettos journals. There, like again, right now, I have the mini journals. I have some newer journals that will be released here soon. But the mini journals are on www.meeee-DIA.com/shop. All the links will be in the description of the podcast. If you haven't done so, please go out and follow me on the social medias, mainly the IG, baby, the IG, the Instagram, okay? So that is going to be under confidence_on_stilettos. I'm also on Facebook, which is Confidence on Stilettos. And then also, I am on YouTube. I do a lot of the content that I do here on the podcast. It's on the YouTube channel, but not like every single topic is not there, because of course that channel is talking about a lot of other stuff too. So, and the channel name is Confidence on Stilettos with Laketta. My name is spelled Laketta. Again, the link will be in the description. But until next time, y'all, please aspire to inspire someone every single day. I can't wait to chop it up with you guys a little later on another podcast episode. But y'all be real and have a good one.